Well, what a beautiful day. It's been cold here, in Houston, Texas, the last 2 weeks. It's getting better. It was February of, when was that? Let me think. 2021. It got down to 8 degrees in Houston. A lot of people died. They died because, see, they cut a lot of people's electricity off. And all these dumbos, they have, you know, central heating, that's electric. That's stupid. People should have stuck to natural gas. I mean, or have propane backup or whatever. Oh, but anyway, enough of that, right? It's like 80 degrees outside today, here in Houston, Texas. But anyway, what I want to talk about, I got an email from a guy. It's about a video I made. And I was referencing how that tech shops, they make you think you have to do a lot of things you don't have to do. And when you change, a starter, like on an Evo, I mentioned you don't have to take the damn oil tank off, the battery out, or the oil tank on there. And you don't. Okay. Okay, here's how that's done. I didn't mention the top tools. You can't use a 1/2 inch ratchet with a 1/2 inch extension, that has a 1/2 inch for your 1/4 inch Allen socket. Okay, those starter bolts, for these evolutions, the starter bolts are an Allen fitting, so you have to have the Allen socket, and it's a size 1/4 inch. The tip on it, the Allen tip. Okay, I'm trying to be very thorough here. But here's how you do that. You don't use a 1/2 inch ratchet or a 1/2 inch extension. What you do, you use a 1/4 inch, like this baby. You use a 1/4 inch. See, 1/4 inch ratchet. And I went ahead and threw 3 extensions on that, but actually all I needed was 2, for the starter. And this right here, if you map out, like when you get your new starter or a rebuilt one, that you order, or buy to replace your starter, take note of where the bolt holes are. Like, I'll show y'all this in a minute. Okay, like on this starter, I took out. Okay, the bolt hole, see, is right up here, and the dowel pin is right here. Okay, the bolt hole is right there. Okay, now, in conjunction, like with where the solenoid is on the outer part, let me turn it around and look. See, it's going to be, you'll figure it out when you get your replacement starter. So you have the hole back here. See, and how it's between the motor and the solenoid. It's between the motor and the solenoid. And then, see, you have the other bolt that is across from that. Okay, and it's on the right side of the solenoid. But see, but you can figure this out. So you're like, damn, if I could hold this right for y'all. Just study it a minute there, if you can. Study it. Okay, now look at it from the back. See, here's the way they're going to set in the Harley. So you've got your solenoid here. Okay. Alright, they're going to be like this. Okay, now look real good. You see that hole back there? It's for your bolt. I mean, lift her up, lift her up. See, now you can't see the other hole because one of the wires are, but it's going to be straight across on the right. Alright, now, with this 1/4-inch drive ratchet, and you need a good quality. Oh, these are strong enough to take those bolts out. Oh, they are strong enough. Don't kid yourself. You know, this is quality tools right here. There, push that on all the way. This is plenty strong enough to take those bolts out. Because those Allen bolts that hold those starters on, the threaded part, the diameter is not that large. Actually, the diameter is smaller than this 1/4-inch drive, you know, tip here, you know, extension. So what you got to do is you got to buy you an Allen socket, 1/4-inch, but it has buy one that fits on a 1/4-inch drive ratchet. See, that's the trick to it. And these son of guns, you don't have to see them. You put them in the place, like take your new starter and put it up on your motorcycle seat to where you're looking at the back of the starter. And where those holes are, fall down with your finger, go in there and feel around for it. The first bolt and the second. When you go into it, okay, start backing it off. So you keep pressure, keep this pushed in, start backing it off. That's how that's done. So you don't have to take your battery out, seeing all this bullshit. And those, you know, you would just unplug, you know, your solenoid switch. It's just got a plug in, it's a small wire. You know, your large cable, you know, that goes to your ignition, and then you got another cable under it, you know, that goes to your junction box for your relays. You know, you can get to that. All you need is an open end wrench. You know, just be sure to disconnect the ground on your battery, right? Because you can hurt yourself bad. Disconnect that ground on that battery. And you can get to that with an open end wrench. It's easy. You know, you just take it off, you know. And that's all there is to it. And of course, you have to take your primary cover off, because you know you have to bend back the tab on the end of the little bolt, long bolt, you know, that holds your jack shaft on. You know, you got to take that off, and then you just pull everything out. You know, a lot of guys do this wrong. They take the bolt out of the jack shaft, and then they just take the first section of the jack shaft off from the primary side, and then they jerk the starter out in the ring, you know, that goes up against the cell. They fuck it all up. Don't do that shit. That's stupid. So you pull that stuff out from the primary side. Grab the whole jack shaft assembly, pull it out, and then, you know, from there, if the seal is still good, don't change it. Leave it alone. It's stupid to change it if it's okay. And when you put these starters back together, I've got a jack, several, about 8 jack shafts for Evos and twin cams. You know, where I keep my parts locked up, things that cost a lot of money. Let's see. Oh, and those splines on that starter, when you reassemble those from the primary side, there's a sleeve. It's, I don't know, about that long, about 3 inches long. Make sure the tapered end goes against the starter. See, it goes over the splines. Is how that works. Just make sure the tapered end goes over the splines to the starter. See, or it won't fit right. And then the end that's flat, it's not curved or whatever, that goes towards the primary. That's how that works. Okay, what else do I need to tell you people? Oh God, I'm glad I remembered this. When you go to to reinstall your new starter with the bolts, Let me tell you a trick. Okay, you'll have your 1/4 inch Allen socket on here. Alright, take some Permatex number 2 and rub on the end of that Allen fitting. Rub on the end of it. That way, when you find that hole, you stick it in there, or wait a minute, I'm backwards now. You take the bolt and set it on this right here. See your Allen fitting, and have Permatex number 2 on the end of your Allen, and then have that inner part of that bolt clean. You know where the Allen fitting is. You know it's female inside. Put it on there. Let it dry a while, let it dry a little while, but not too much. Just let it, about 10 minutes to where it's good and sticky. Alright, you push this in there, you don't even have to see it in there. If as long as that starter's in there straight, but see, you're going to match your starter to the dowel pin I showed you on this starter I just showed you. So you're going to push it in and then turn it to the left or right until it goes over the dowel pin. And see, when you stick this in, all you got to do is just wiggle your fingers, and you'll feel it. It'll go into a hole, see? And when it does, shove it, start ratcheting. That's how that's done. There's so many things, tools. But for starters, use a 1/4 inch ratchet and extension. Actually, you don't need this. This is all I needed, and actually that's too much. I'll show you. Alright. Come here, you heavy thing. Alright. Because see, here's the length of the starter here. Okay, now where I can push this completely through the bolt hole, like right now. Look at all the extra, see, that I have left. See, it's coming out the bolt hole. Look at all the extra length I have there. You see, I've got more than I need actually. Because that's going clean through the bolt hole, all that extra. So let me measure this for y'all and tell y'all about how much extension. You might have to buy 2 of these. This is one shorter one and one longer one. Let me measure this length, because this is what I use to take and install starters with. Now let me see what we got here. I love these Ryobi tape measures, and no, it's not digital. It's like old people used to use. This 8.5 inches. So all you'd need is 8 inches worth of extension on your 1/4 inch drive ratchet. 8 inches of extension. Whether you push 2 of them or 3 of them, you're going to need 8 inches extension here, which is what I got right here. And I took off this one, see? Because that was just too much. I just put them together to keep them in order, so that they'll hang around as long as I live or whatever. Okay, guys, I hope y'all have a great day. What else do I need to tell y'all? What else? That's it for right now. I can always make another video.